You all probably wonder how I got started on this. I get a constituent phone call. A resident lived in the area around Covington Road and Ardmore. If you guys are familiar with that, you'll know that there's a very large plot of corn there. It's very close to Fort Wayne Country Club, and there's a horse barn. It's a fairly rural area. The resident said that she had owned chickens for a number of years. She didn't know that they were illegal, and animal control saw one of her chickens and made her get rid of them, move them outside of the city. So that kind of got me started on this, and started doing research and finding out, okay, so we ban chickens, and do other places, you know, what other places laws look like. And as it turns out, I was very surprised to find out New York City, you can have chickens on a rooftop in Brooklyn. You can have chickens in Lincoln Park in Chicago. You can have chickens in Seattle, but you can't have chickens in Fort Wayne. So I thought, you know, given that there's been an actual movement to try to do this in the past, that thousands of signatures have been collected in petitions for this, that you know, if we're going to make an effort for one family's chickens, we should try to do this for everyone's chickens in the city of Fort Wayne. I know that this can be a little bit messy for some of the departments within the city. I would like to offer a quote from Thomas Jefferson. "I would rather attend to the inconveniences of too much liberty than those of too little of it." So the question should not be, should we allow chickens? The question should be, why wouldn't we allow chickens? Growing, vibrant, dynamic cities across America allow residents to keep chickens, as well as large urban centers. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, all allow chickens. And as we heard from the gentleman from Purdue, they're allowing them in Fishers and Carmel and places that are growing quickly. The facts support allowing people to have chickens. I want to share with you guys, I'm going to start one going this way and the other going the other way. These are emails from, one is from the Health Department of Marion County, and the other is from the Indianapolis Animal Care and Control. We'll start with the email that, this is a follow-up. I asked Mr. Weir, who is in the epidemiology department there at Marion Health, to tell me how many cases of human illnesses that they could track to domestic chickens. And the verbal answer was 0, but the answer in the email you'll see here is that, and I'll read this into the record, I guess, pursuant to our recent phone conversations with the data sources available to us, we do not have any indication that chickens raised in Marion County have made a significant contribution to human illness or mortality. Thank you for your inquiry. And the conversations that I had with animal control, basically they said that they had 83 complaints last year in Marion County related to chickens. 12 of those were noise complaints related to roosters. I'm sure you gentlemen have all read the ordinance. The ordinance bans roosters, so. But as Amy stated earlier, that we already have calls for chickens and roosters. If you translate that 83 calls from a county of 1 million people down to the 250,000 people in the city of Fort Wayne, that translates to about 21 calls per year. And to say, but we spend $50 per incident, that would be a couple of hours of an animal control agent's time. That would add up to $1,000 cost to the city of Fort Wayne. Not a very big price tag. Logic and reason are also on the side of allowing people to own chickens. Compare it to dogs. We're talking about hens. They cluck. It's nowhere near the same noise as someone's Doberman Pinscher barking in the middle of the night, or it's not anything like cats fighting in an alley or meowing at the moon whenever they're in heat. Dogs produce 5 times as much manure as a chicken does. And then when we talk about safety, let's get back to the safety question. How many times have you heard on the news that a hen has mauled a child? But we don't ban dogs. We don't ban cats. We have found a way to make it a livable environment where, for the most part, humans and animals can live together. There's a question about the current shape of some of the chickens that are kept. There's already, as Amy Jo stated earlier, there's already a clandestine chicken population. They're hiding in people's homes. They stay in bathtubs in certain areas. And if we were to pass this ordinance, we would free these people to come out of the black market of chickens and be able to invest and bring them out in the open and take care of them in a humane way that would be more humane for themselves and the birds themselves. I would like to take just a second to address the question of leases. And again, this is just a basic logic question. How is this any different than smoking or pets in general in leases? I'm a landlord. I ban pets in my apartments and ban smoking in my buildings. That's just in the lease. It's easier for me as a landlord. For the ordinance itself addresses all of the multifamily issues. So anyway, those are the points. I think that the facts, logic and reason, and just generally supporting more freedom is better, right? That's kind of one of my big themes is that we should embrace having more freedom. That's a good thing. So with that.
Okay. Councilman Freisterhofer.
Yeah, I'll go first.